Hey everyone, this is Frederik den Såkaldte. With me today is
Peter, the master of Hoppets.
And today we're drinking a beer that I got from Marcus Francis, my son, from Væskebalancen in Aarhus. So thanks a lot, Marcus. And this is a beer that...
Now people are actually going to think he's your son.
Yeah. This is a beer that's been taunting me because I got this bottle, or a bottle of this beer, like 10, 12 years ago when it just came out. It was the follow-up to a really legendary Barleywine by Goose Island called King Henry, which was a follow-up to their Bourbon County Rare, which came out in 2012, 2010, something like that. 2010, I think, actually.
Got the
Which
empty
was
bottle
the craziest.
and box of Rare up there.
Yeah. Yeah, he has it right on the shelf here. Amazing beer.
Trophy.
Rare was aged in Pappy Van Winkle 23-year-old barrels. And then King Henry was aged in those same barrels after that the Rare came out. And then a few years after King Henry came out, Bourbon County Goose Island expanded the Bourbon County brand to also include Bourbon County Barleywine, which we're drinking today. And I was really excited to get this bottle. I think I actually traded for it back then. And then I was going to bring it home for Christmas with my family. I think that was 2016 or something like that. And me and my wife were flying back from Copenhagen to Aalborg, my hometown. And then we were late for the plane. And the baggage drop where all my liquids, including this one, had closed. So I came up to the guys and we couldn't check in our bags. And they just asked us, do you have any liquids in your bags? And I was so fucking stupid that I said, yes, I have lots of beer. And then obviously they said, yeah, you can't bring that here. And I was like, oh, fuck. And the worst thing was that my wife, she said like, no, I don't have anything. And then when she unpacked her bag, she found out she had like a large bottle of shampoo and some water in the bag. So they just let everything through. So I should have just lied. And then I could have drank this beer 10 years ago. But I didn't. But then Marcus was kind enough to get me a bottle. So thank you, Marcus. I've really been looking forward to trying this beer. So
and you never tried it?
I never tried it before.
Okay.
This is a full circle moment for me.
And it's funny that you try it then 10 years later.
Yeah.
That vintage.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah, it may have been 8 years ago since I lost the bottle.
But was it this vintage, or do you remember?
Yeah, I think this was the first one that came out.
This is the 14 vintage. I think there was one before that too. I can't remember.
Might be, yeah. I don't know. But it's early Bourbon County Barleywine.
Yeah.
Nevertheless. We just found out this may be the second year of Bourbon County Barleywine. Early stuff.
Yeah.
Let's check out the color on this bad boy.
This is 10 years in the bottle, by the way. This is almost 9 years. Bottled on the 24th of September 14, when I was 24 years old and you were 5. No.
Yeah. So 9.5 years in the bottle. And this is like really dark brown. Almost like a molasses color.
I'm sure there's also... I remember... So I tried this beer at City Beer in San Francisco, which is was a famous bottle shop and bar. And originally at one location, then it was moved where it was kind of more of a bar / they had taps or something. I can't remember how the story exactly was. But I bought it there and tried it, and I drank it on my own because I was there. No, I shared it with a random dude because I had a whole bottle, I think. I'm not 100% sure how it was, but I was with my family traveling. I think it was in 2018 when I was there last, was when I tried this in the States. But they were not there, and I had some time on my own, and then I went to City Beer and I drank this beer. But yeah, it's. I think I remember this color being dark because I was about to say that maybe also oxidation is part of the color, but I remember it also being quite dark back then.
Yeah.
So,
well, what strikes me here, you can see still a good amount of carbonation in here.
Yeah.
And with the age, you actually have little tiny specks. Even though you're actually quite careful pouring the bottle.
Yeah.
You can see tiny specks of some sort of sediment.
And there's definitely, like, when you pour the bottle on the side, there's definitely a lot of sediment.
Yeah.
Which is most likely dead yeast.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to smell it?
Yeah, let's do it.
I hope you are going to be really excited about this.
Yeah, this still has life in it.
There's still some life, but there's definitely also some age.
Mm-hmm.
You do really sense the porty sherrification of oxidation in this.
Getting a lot of
there's still some bourbon sticking around.
stewed fruit.
Stewed fruit.
Yeah, I think the bourbon was what initially hit me, and then now, second sniff comes more of that stewed fruit, port winey oxidation.
Also a little bit of a caramelized honey or something like that.
Yeah.
But initially, the first thing I picked up on was actually the oxidation, and now I'm getting more of the barrel as it's sitting in the glass. Definitely, also maybe a hint of chocolate.
Yeah.
To it. And how strong is this? I think it's like 14%. It's one of those weird things with some states. Oh no, here 11.7.
Okay, not too damn high for a barley wine.
Yeah, I mean some of the Bourbon County variants and whatnot are really strong. And also vanilla. There's also, the more I smell it, there's more, like when I get past maybe it's also because I swirl a bit in the glass and whatnot. But the more I get past the oxidation, I'm also smelling more aromas that makes me think this is a Bourbon County line product. Like there's some uniqueness about Bourbon County, and I think it's maybe the barrel character and the char, because the charriness of a Bourbon County and the barrel forwardness is still somewhat in here, but just it's not a stout canvas. It's a Barleywine canvas.
I see what you mean about that Bourbon County character.
Yeah, it's like a leathery, charry, woody thing. Yeah, I think. It actually still smells pretty good. I'm actually getting. At first I was a bit like, but the more I'm smelling it, the more I'm getting into it.
Yeah.
Huh? Well, you know.
Try it.
Yeah, let's see.
Skål.
Skål. Cheers.
Tak, Marcus. Tak, Marcus.
Licorice. There for a sec.
Still nice and boozy, actually.
Yeah. It's not completely over the hill. But this is also not a bottle I would sit on longer than this, I think. I think the signs of age are starting to show, and the forwardness of barrel has diminished a bit.
Yeah, I agree. But I'm really glad it still has some booze, because I think a beer like this needs booze in order to work.
And to survive.
Yeah. So I get the licorice that you're saying. A lot of like burnt caramel.
Yeah.
Especially in the aftertaste.
Almost like when you make brune kartofler.
I was just about to say that.
And you burn the caramel. Yeah. Like a little bit like that. Like for Christmas, it's kind of like caramel, it's sugar and butter, really. And then if you just go a bit too hard or too quickly in high heat. But for being almost 10 years in the bottle, this is pretty outstanding that it's still drinking like this, I think.
I think the body, like the consistency of this beer,
is really good.
Really gets me. It's super nice, super velvety, smooth.
Yeah, it's very
almost like a blanket of flavors.
Yeah. It's not like thick as everyone wants these days, which I'm glad it's not, because there's also a threshold of thick being too much. But this is velvety, which is nice.
Very, very well velvety.
Mouth coating. And again, it's that like Bourbon County tobacco char type thing. I'm definitely getting that with this here.
Yeah. I think the signs of age are like obvious on this beer, which also is no wonder because it's a 10-year-old beer.
Yeah.
But I think in the aroma, it's that like stewed fruitiness that when oxidation interacts with roasted malts and stuff like that, it can create sort of like a
almost like Belgian character.
Some sort of weird, sweet, fruity kind of that's very distinct for old beer. Yeah. And it has a bit of that. There's still some punch from the original beer that kind of gets the better of the age signs.
Yeah.
But so it's not all geriatric.
No.
But it's getting there.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
a
like
couple of years more, this is gonna
yeah,
not be that good.
You remember how exciting it was when we could get Bourbon County in Ølkonsortiet, the 12 vintage specifically, which a lot of people name one of the best vintages of Bourbon County. Like, we had so much of that beer around and drank it over and over and over because no one was buying it because it was like Bourbon County. It was too geeky for people at the time.
And it was expensive. It was like almost 100 kroner for a bottle.
Yeah, but
which was shit cheap
when
you look back.
Yeah. But I just remember me and Jacob, we bought so many bottles of that beer. And also because we got a little bit of discount because we worked there. So it was like even more fun.
It was great.
And I actually have a vivid memory of going to Nikolai from Basement and Why Not's 40th birthday party, maybe? Which maybe it was Stefan's. I'm not sure if it's his or Stefan's, whatever. But where the party was going on and Nikolai was hooking up some draft system with Mikkeller, like Samuel Blanc or something like that, like some it had to be really good stuff, so that was some of the good stuff back then. And then Jacob and I, as a surprise, brought some Bourbon County, but we found them a little bit late, so we used them for beer pong.
Nice.
It's just like, I remember when we told people that back in the day, people were like, "You're fucking idiots" and stuff like that. But
I remember back when I started working in Ølkonsortiet, back before I started working, I bought the old label Bourbon County with like the black and white text.
I have a review of that on YouTube.
Where 2008 maybe.
Yeah, something like that. Where I'm standing outside in the snow drinking it. Like I also have reviews of the old Yeti bombers where it said Yeti with a font and it was a mountain on the back.
Yeah.
Or Avery, Maharaj and all that stuff.
Yeah. This is a brewery that brings back memories.
Yeah.
It's like the golden age of beer.
Yeah. The golden age, really, where everything was just happening and starting. But it's still for a beer that is almost 10 years in the bottle of an experience where you want to finish the glass and it's nice. But you can also taste, like, if we drank this maybe 4 years ago, it would have been an even better experience.
Yeah.
I think the reason why it still holds up somewhat is because of, as you said, booze and a spirit barrel.
Yeah.
I think if this was a straight barley wine without anything, it would have been crap.
Yeah.
Maybe not crap, but it would not have been like as good condition. What saves this is that there's high alcohol and also barrel aging.
Yeah.
I'd imagine.
I'd say this tastes a lot better than what it could have been tasting like.
Yeah.
If I had to imagine like this beer at its peak, if that's 100%, I think we're down to maybe 75 now.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe even 70 or 65.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah,
like it's definitely
it's far removed from where
it
like it tastes. Yeah. You can easily taste that this beer has been much better than it is now. But it's still drinkable. It's still like a good experience.
Yeah.
But I think for me, also just trying this beer.
But I think this is also a little bit hard to grade because it's old beer. So like this is not how the beer is really meant to be. But this is also, it's a fun study in what happens to a beer with age and time in the bottle. I also think, as like you said, it's like around that 75% or something like that. And I would love to drink it fresher. Now, I'm thinking still going something like a straight 90 or maybe an 88 or something in that ballpark. I still think it's an enjoyable bottle of beer, but I'm not like super stoked. I would rather drink Colossus from us than this, to be honest, like in a spectrum of flavor and enjoyment of the vibrancy of the barrel and everything.
But yeah, I think at least my experience is that beers like this have a drinking window of maybe
5 years.
A year after packaging, that's when it starts like to like be where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then 3 to 5 years after that, it's still really good. But then they start to fade. It's very few beers that make it past 5 years and still evolve in a really good way. Yeah, so overall, great experience trying this beer. It's rare that I drink beer that's this old. So it's also nice to catch up on, drinking real vintage beer every once in a while. I think we may have some more this evening.
Yes, yeah.
Which you'll see in another beer review. A little surprise I brought for Peter. If you've tried this beer, especially if you've tried older vintages like this one, let us know what you thought.
Or tried it both fresh and aged.
Yeah, also that. I think this. I can only imagine this tastes like phenomenal when it's fresh. And remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fanbook page, Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, and Twitter.
Click the button for ring the bell for future notifications, and I'll see you guys in another beer review.
Yes.
Was that it?
That was it. But much slower.
I've been watching way too many videos.
But slower. You need to get the pace up.
And yeah, it's cool.
Go.